I'm Monica Flood. I'd like to talk to you today about resisting mean messages. We all know that in Star Wars, Princess Leia was part of the resistance. So let's talk a little bit about what resisting means. To resist is to oppose, defeat, or withstand something. And what is a message? A message is an idea. Where do we get messages about how we should behave or how we choose to behave? Well, today there are a plethora of places that we can get different ideas about how we should behave from. One of the places that we get ideas from are other people. TV, the internet, which is any online medium, music, video games, books. These are just a few of the places that we can get ideas about how to behave. Now, who decides how you behave? You and you alone decide that. But these different things really bombard us today because we spend a lot of time on our iPads or phones or online. And sometimes we can very subtly get a message that becomes part of our behavior, and it's possibly something that is not in alignment with our values about being kind to one another. So this goes along with, I think it was Gandhi who said that to watch our thoughts, because our thoughts become words, and watch our words because our words become actions, and watch our actions because our actions become habits. Watch our habits because our habits become our character, and watch our character because our character becomes our destiny, and that's what defines us. So there's a lot of little subtle things that we sometimes think are meaningless, but we can use or think about these things and maybe evaluate whether they're our actions are in alignment with the kind of person that we want to be. Because I think most people would say that they want to be a kind person over being a mean person. Online, you can like or dislike different posts. And the danger of doing things online is that that's a barrier, and we don't get to encounter somebody else face to face and see how our actions sometimes may hurt another person. So a lot of people hide behind that, and it's also very easy to click on a dislike post or a like post on something that is making fun of somebody else. I know there was a video out recently, and I thought it was hilarious. It was talking about a lady who was doing something, and she was very fearful, and she carried it to the extreme. And I reposted that video, and later I decided that was not who I wanted to be. I decided not to. I took it down. So when I say this stuff, I mean me too. I've been teaching about anti-meanness, anti-bullying for 4 years now, and I still am human and I don't get it right. But I think awareness is key. If we can pay attention to the things that we do and know that they do matter, what we say, do, online, to one another, it makes a difference. And if we can be as kind as possible, then that's the only way that we're going to be able to fight meanness, because meanness is an epidemic in today's world. It's an easy outlet. It's easy for us to take our pain and instead of feeling it, to throw it out on other people. So if we can be aware of that and pay attention to our own actions, and if we do something that is not in alignment with being kind, and we can go back and do something to fix it, then that's a good thing. So we need to pay attention, especially to music. Music is a very good thing. It helps us to express ourselves, to express our emotions, and there's a lot of talented musicians and a lot of songs that help us to express ourselves and release our feelings out there. But there are a lot of subtle messages about how to act that are not kind, that go along with the idea of spreading meanness. So there is this is an older song, and I really like the artist that sings this song. But the message in the song is not the kind of message that I would go along with being kind. Even, and I'm challenging us here, and I know it's hard, but even when people are mean to us, should we be mean back to them? No. Why? Because that just keeps the meanness going. That does not solve the problem. Let me talk about the words to this song. The words to the song are, I dug my key into the side of his pretty little souped-up four-wheel drive, carved my name into his leather seat. I took a Louisville Slugger, that's a baseball bat, to both headlights. I slashed a hole in all four tires. Maybe next time he'll think before he cheats. Cheats means to go out with somebody else. The message in this song is that because my boyfriend cheated on me, it's okay for me to go and vandalize his vehicle. Well, first off, it's not against the law to cheat on somebody, but it is against the law to vandalize somebody's vehicle. So you could get in a lot of trouble for vandalizing somebody's vehicle. But more importantly, it does not help to stop meanness. It just promotes it, and because what's going to happen? You're going to do this to this person, and then maybe he's going to get back at you in another way. And usually when you get in a fight with somebody, that continues, and the meanness keeps going on and on. So that's just one example of how we need to pay attention to the music that we listen to and the ideas that we hear, and really evaluate, should we do what they're saying? And oftentimes it feels good in the moment. It might feel good to get revenge on somebody who has wronged you in the moment. But I know for me personally, it's the 5 minutes after I did that thing that I start thinking, that's not the kind of person I want to be. I don't feel good about this. This is just continuing the meanness. So I guess my message today is to think about different things. Think about video games. Think about movies and different things that you watch. A lot of times we see revenge or violence as an answer to if we are wronged or if somebody inflicts pain on us. And in real life, if we continue doing that, it's not, we are just adding to the meanness. It's not going to solve the problem. Let me give you an example of a message that is a positive message that is about kindness. A friend of mine and I went to Honduras, and Honduras is a very poor country. I think approximately 60% of the people are below the poverty line there. And we were at a church, and the church had a school, and it was a school for special needs children. And the special needs children had made different things that they made a little store to sell these things, and the money would go to the school and to the people to help them. And we were buying some, and my friend said, keep the change. So what was the message that she was giving at that moment? She was giving the message that I want to share my extra with these people that are struggling with poverty. And what happened was there was a line of like 7 more of us. Every single person behind her did the same thing. They said, keep the change. And that was a positive thing. We were able to follow her good example of sharing a little bit more of what we had with people that are less fortunate than us. So it works both ways. We can see good things that people do and copy those good things. And sometimes we can see mean things that people do and copy those mean things. So I'm going to challenge you to pay attention to the different messages that we get over the media, through politicians, through social media, and little things like comments or likes or dislikes, or copying things that different people put out there, or sharing different things. If it's a message where it's making fun of somebody or it's doing something unkind, then think about it and don't promote that. And if it's a message of kindness, then please do that thing, because the world needs more kind people in it. We need to promote kindness. That's the only thing that is going to help to fix the problem of meanness in today's world. Thank you. May the force be with you. I'm going to read one of my favorite stories to you. It's called The Band-Aid Chicken. What's a Band-Aid? A Band-Aid is something we put on a cut to protect it and to help it to heal. This is a story about resisting peer pressure. We know what resistance means, we've talked about that before. Resistance is to fight against or to overcome. Peer pressure is that pressure or that voice inside of us that makes us feel like we need to do whatever our friends are doing, whether we feel comfortable about it or not. We just do it because they're doing it. This is written by Becky Rangel Hinton. It takes courage to be brave. And courage is that feeling inside of us that when we're scared about doing something, especially about doing something that we know is the right thing to do, we do it because we have courage. Even though we're afraid, we still do it because we know it's the right thing to do. And that makes us brave. The Band-Aid chicken. And who is this? This is a farmer. How many of you have ever been picked on? Did you know there is a pecking order among chickens? If a new chicken is brought into a group, the other chickens will peck on the new chicken to show it who is in charge. This can hurt or even kill the new chicken. This story is about a brave chicken who wanted the pecking to stop. Once upon a time on a little farm, there lived a brood of chickens. All the chickens got along with each other. They were happy to be living together. One day the farmer put a new little chicken inside the fence. This chicken did not have a family, and she was hoping to make some friends soon. But before she could say hi, all the other chickens started pecking on her head. That looks very painful. The farmer saw the new chicken's head. It was bruised and cut. The farmer covered the sores with Band-Aids and said, "I think I'll call you the Band-Aid chicken." By the next day, the Band-Aid chicken's head did not hurt so much, but her heart did. And what does that mean? That means her feelings were still hurt. And sometimes your feelings take a lot longer to heal than your body does. She was so sad that the other chickens would not even give her a chance to get to know them. Soon, the other chickens told the Band-Aid chicken that she had passed their test. That meant she could now be the first to peck on any new chicken who came into the yard. Before many days had passed, the farmer put another new chicken into the yard. And this chicken looks very nervous and worried. I think it knew it was going to be pecked on. It was now time for the Band-Aid chicken to peck on the new chicken. But the Band-Aid chicken remembered how badly she had been hurt. She stood in front of the frightened new chicken, looked right into the eyes of the other chickens and loudly said, "No, no, I won't do it." "I want this pecking to stop with me," said the Band-Aid chicken. I remember how bad I felt when you did it to me and how much it hurt my head and my heart." The other chickens were surprised. But when they saw the Band-Aid chicken met what she said, they stopped pecking too. They followed her good example. The new chicken was very happy. In fact, all the chickens became a lot happier after the pecking stopped because everybody was being kind now. All the chickens knew it took courage to change what had been happening. They looked up to the Band-Aid chicken and respected her for her courage and bravery. Are you going to do what everybody else does, or are you going to be like the Band-Aid chicken who had the courage to stop bad behavior and who helped make her world a better place? And this is where meanness belongs too, in the trash. So I like this book because it really brings home the message that we can think for ourselves and we can be brave and say no to our friends when they are doing things that we feel uncomfortable with because we know they're mean. So let's practice being brave like the Band-Aid chicken. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pretend I'm your friend, and the words that the Band-Aid chicken said were, "No, I'm not doing that." And we're going to say that to our friend, which is a very hard thing to do. But we're doing it because we don't feel good about what our friend is asking us to do. So it's okay to say no, especially when our friends are doing things that we don't agree with, that we don't think are kind. So it takes, you're going to be nervous, you're going to be scared, but you can also be brave and choose to do the right thing even though you're having all those hard feelings. So let's practice doing that. So I'm going to be the friend that's asking you to do something, and then you're going to be brave and to tell me no. And how should you do that? Should you yell it at me? No, because that's being mean to yell at somebody. Are you going to whisper it? No, because then I might not be able to hear you. So we're going to say it in a medium voice. We're going to look the person in the eye so they know we're talking to them. Look, there's Mikey over there. I don't like Mikey. Let's not let him play with us. That's a mean thing. So we're going to say, "No, I'm not doing that." Is it okay to tell your friends no? Yes, absolutely, especially when they're doing something that we don't agree with because it's mean. All right, let's try. Let's call Mikey Unlikey Mikey. Let's do it together. Ready? No, I'm not doing that. Very good work. So remember, it's okay to stand up and tell your friends no, especially when they are doing things that we don't agree with because we think they're mean. So I got this magazine cover in the mail in 2016, and I wanted to talk about what the message is with this cover. I was very alarmed when I saw it. If you look closely at it, you can see something very unusual. And of course, the um, usual message of, we have to be skinny to be worthy of love. Only skinny girls are happy, that sort of thing. But they've taken it a step further in this particular magazine cover. I don't know if you can see. If you notice, they don't have any knees. No knees, like a Barbie doll almost. So the message is, if you have regular knees, you are ugly or not worthy. That is extreme photoshopping. But especially women are subjected, women, girls are subjected to this kind of judgment and this message of body image constantly. So just be careful when we're talking about mean messages. That's a mean message, that you have to be skinny to be worth anything, to be loved. Not true. We are all worthy of love and belonging because we're human, because we're here. And we're all different. That makes us original and that makes things interesting.